Now from Circulus Digital Media, this is Digital Download on Wish TV.
Big changes are coming to streaming services. Let's welcome back Nelson Spade, the general manager of Circulus Digital Media, to explain. Good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me, as always.
And so our first topic of conversation is going to be the major move between HBO Max and Discovery. Talk about that merger and what that means.
Yeah, April's been a busy month in the streaming space. It's been talked about quite some time in the trades. May 23rd, it's confirmed that Discovery Plus and HBO Max are joining forces. The new brand will be called Max, M-A-X. It's been speculated for quite some time because it's really the marriage of both sides of the coin when it comes to streaming content. HBO Max historically has been the big brand in the discussion, and that it goes back to cable subscription days back in the 80s and 90s. Discovery Plus brings a slew of lesser expensive or syndicated content. Think reruns in the masses, things like Friends and Seinfeld. There will be a $10 ad-supported option, $16 no ads, and then a $20 option each month that has no ads and a 4K viewing experience.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask you, I already have HBO Max, and it sounded like a merger, but so it is going to raise the prices depending on what type of experience you want to have.
That's correct. Higher prices, but also a lot more content other than just HBO original content hits like Succession, for example.
Okay. And then speaking of changes, also Netflix. I feel like Netflix changes what they're doing every couple of weeks. So what's the newest change they're adding?
Yeah, Netflix recently announced that they are publicly starting to crack down on password sharing. This has been speculated for quite some time as it released its ad-supported tier end of last year. The most recent data that we saw was that Netflix believed it had as many as 100 million subscribers worldwide sharing its app. That's a big opportunity to get more users into a paid model. And that's their end goal, is having more registered accounts. More registered accounts leads to a better connection for advertising for its clients, and obviously advertising drives a big portion of their business. Not to say it can never work, but they've got an uphill battle to climb in that they have to have a very clear communication strategy and adoption from its users to stop sharing password on the masses, and it'll be interesting how they handle that, because keeping in mind most streaming households use multiple paid streaming services like HBO Max.
Yeah, that will be interesting. I was going to ask you about how realistic you think that crackdown is going to happen, but I guess we'll have to see.
We'll have to see. It'll take some time without question.
And the last question about Netflix, they were trying to do that, the ad-supported tier. How has that been working or not?
They have not publicly released where they're at to date with paid subscribers. Keeping that close to the chest. They released a few things though publicly. One, they said that they're hoping to have 1.7, 1.8 million paid subscribers by the end of first quarter this year. That's a big number, but it's also very small in their world. That's like 3% of their business. They have said, however, they're gaining momentum. Double the amount of paid subscribers in January compared to December. It's going to be a longer-term play. They're certainly paying attention to it because it's really the impetus of why they're trying to crack down on the password share.
Gotcha. And with everything, change is inevitable. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
If you want to know more about our digital business, you can reach out to Nelson at the email address right on your screen. It's contact@circulusdigital.com.